So let's just jump into today's game of Hoard of the Dragon Queen. So let's go back a couple of days. Let's really reel this back because some of you may see a familiar face of who has been missing for a couple of games but is back. After the party successfully helped a child being born into this world, and Tal, for some odd reason, having a heart, made these beautiful tiny cats, the shush cat that just went shh 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 shh, shh, and the lavender smelling cats, and just general atmosphere of calmness. The group escorted them to the closest town. Yeah, heart equals mistake indeed, my friend. Haha. After getting to the closest town, they kind of went their separate ways as far as, here's the tavern we're going to be in. Tal may have made a friend at a alchemist shop, in which, at the end of that result, was a cat that will, well, release some noxious fumes once the store owner walks out. The group eventually left that town heading towards El Terrell. However, as most people of the Faerun know, above El Terrell is a permanent bright halo of radiant light, which is damaging for any and all undead. As the group got within about 5-ish miles of this city, Virgil started boiling, and pusses started erupting, and bits of flesh started falling off. Virgil, taking a cue from Nekusar, wrapped himself up in some of Nekusar's spare bandages to block out any sort of radiant light, to including his face and just kind of having a hand on somebody as they slowly made their way inside of El Terrell. Vale kind of having some qualms about how large El Terrell was, as Vale is more of a nature person, somebody who lives out, small community. This thing is massive. The fact that you can see it from so far away, the fact that the light could touch you from so far away, it was almost as though walking into the sun. Being a little anxious, Vale and Dr. K kind of headed a little bit north, with the agreement that the party, once they finished their business with the Fist, would come back to get them. The party goes into El Terrell, goes to Tal's home, where some information was exchanged between the group and the Order of the Fist. A challenge was issued in order to receive some plate. Excuse me. And Tal put up a really good fight, considering the sheer power difference. At one point being blinked out of existence as his tutor, his master, cast banishment on him just for fun. In that minute while being banished, Arthar had quite a few drinks, made a few cracking jokes at Tal's expense, before Tal popping back into existence after spending a minute in the astral sea of pure darkness as a mountain of mass passed just by his head, barely missing him. Tal put up a great fight, but in the end, when Arthar got serious, Tal's power armor could not withstand the might behind the hammer being swung against him. And Tal fell. But in the moment of falling, was caught. With a little bit of cure wounds to be had, Arthar rewarded Tal with a suit of plate armor for being honorable in the fight, and putting up a damn good fight. In addition to, he felt a little sorry about breaking his shiny, weird armor that Onthar doesn't really understand, but here you go. The group was given a couple of quests. First being, find out where this caravan is going that the dragon cult has. They knew that within Elturel there was a current caravan. Onthar had had some information saying that Baldur's Gate also has a caravan, and that if by the note in the map that Nekusar had is to be believed, they're gonna meet up at Baldur's Gate before continuing north on the Tradesway to wherever this weird destination is. Your mission was to follow them, join them, somehow figure out where this destination is, and then write that location on the paper bird given to Tau, which would then come back to Onthar. Onthar is hoping that by that time he could muster up some forces, especially if, while you're in Baldur's Gate, you drop a note off to the Harpers. As Leosin, the monk, was a Harper. And with his death after investigating the dragon cult, should spur the Harpers into some sort of retaliation. Hopefully. And to that end, the morrow was to be had, and a river barge, and you, as a group, were to take the barge, and could be either a 2 to 3 day journey, depending on how the weather held, excuse me, and whether or not you were willing to travel in the dangerous night. Before leaving, Blair went back out to try to find Vale and Dr. K. But Blair was able to pick up on the trail up until a certain point when she found large bear prints around their tracks and some blood. Blair, assuming they're dead, came back to the party. That morning, the party jumped onto the barge, almost missing it because they were 3 minutes late and that grumpy old fuck was having none of your smack, before Tau finally revealed his emblem of the fist, and you were allowed to board, not before Nekusar, trying to board on his own, was pushed into the river, as the old man captain was stronger than he appeared to be. Spending your 3 days on the river, 2 nights, 3 days, having to fight a river elemental, which sadly took Blair and the dragon sling sword away, as the group decided to jump in and save a drowning Tau instead of trying to find Blair. To be fair, if they couldn't spot her underwater anyway. To being boarded by pirates and fending off that, to deciding to cast the fishing net out in hopes of some lucky fucking rolls to get the fucking dragon sword back. Fucking Nekusar. To finally making it to Baldur's Gate. That's where this particular group ended, on the docks of Baldur's Gate. Vale, we'll go back to you because you are some days behind. Boom, 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 boom. Change this music to something like die, die, die music.
What?
What?
We just got to town.
No, we're going back to Vale. Vale's a couple of days behind you.
Oh.
Right, so we need some die, die, die music. What's this sound like? It sounds quiet. There we go. Turn that up a little bit. That's not too bad. So, Vale, you and Dr. K. Um. Oh man, everybody's tokens is like all out of whack. We're gonna refresh the screen capture screen. Uh, Vale, after you and Dr. K broke away from the group and started heading north towards that small peak of a mountain according to the map, which you still don't understand. Because as you're looking upon the quote small peak, you're like, it's huge in comparison. Maps are so stupid. Um, Walking your way there, you got ambushed by a goblin horde. And Dr. K was almost instantly killed as 30 arrows made a pincushion out of him as he was in front, leading with his smoke, like he does. You instinctively, for whatever reason, changed yourself into a bear and just went into the forest knowing you can't do anything to defend against such a horde. You can't save Dr. K without you yourself also perishing. You're not in a good situation. Your thought process was, if I can get back into town, I know where they are going. I might be able to get some help to bring them back here. Somebody can do something. I need help and allies. What should have been a straight shot back to town, especially since the city has this giant glowing halo above it. Between that light and the sun, you just couldn't tell which was which. And so you kept following the sun until it went down, and then you're still seeing this bright light turn around the opposite direction of where you're going to see El Terrell is actually behind you this entire time. By the time you finally get back into town, the party has already left. You knew the name of the tavern to go to, and you asked a few people, and you eventually found the name of the tavern. And after a couple of people laughing at you, one person took you a little seriously, Onthar. And as you were explaining your situation and who you were looking for, as they were supposed to be here, Onthar informed you that they had already left. They were already heading to Baldur's Gate. And that since you had been traveling all night, you were in no shape to follow them right away. And that he would send out a small contingent to try to find your friends, or your friend Dr. K. As finding tracks a day later shouldn't be too difficult. You gave as good of an explanation about your surroundings as you could. You said there were trees, there were a couple of bushes. You could see this giant mountain that on the map was small, that you didn't understand why it's small on the map, but it's so big here. And that you were walking east away from El Terrell. Kind of getting as much of the location as they could. They said they would do their best, but you needed rest, especially if you were to catch up to the rest of the party. They did say that there might be a ship on the dock for last minute loading to Baldur's Gate after your rest, because you had gotten there shortly, a little bit after they left. So it's still mid-morning. But by that time, most of those ships are already gone for trying to do their best um, for time. So you took your long rest. You got some provisions from Onthar with a description of where to go and whom to see once you get to Baldur's Gate, as Onthar suspects that this particular location is where they will eventually end up. So you may beat them there, or you may meet them there. He does tell you that the caravan that they're tracking from Elturel to Baldur's Gate should take about 5 to 6 days travel. So the river is a much faster way. So they will have to stay within Baldur's Gate for at least long enough for you to catch up. Onthar hopes. And so after your rest and being given some information and some minor supplies, you go down to the docks, and there happens to be a ship that, since you have no concept of money, you work, they will take you to Baldur's Gate, which you agreed to. Not knowing what to do, but as you're fairly good at following direction as long as the direction has nothing to do with finding north and south. Or reading maps. So, Vale, the information you would have been given is to find a human trader named Akin Celebon.
Let me write that down.
I can spell that here. I can spell that for you.
He writes now too.
Weird thing. Just new. We can bloop. There you go. Akin Celebon. You would have been told that he operates an equipment business in Outer City, north of the city wall, in a district called Blackgate. You'll know you're there because he fixes wagons, sells wagons, buys wagons, in addition to materials needed for wagons, such as grease, wheels, wood, different types of like tackle for horses, and all those kinds of things. Doesn't give you a map because he figured out that was useless, but at least tells you where to go and what to ask for, so that you have at least a general idea.
Got it. I will look for a black gate. Got it.
No, the district is called Black Gate, not a black gate. I'm sure plenty of the gates there are black. Do not look specifically for a black gate, but a land called Black Gate. Just ask the people there, you'll get directions.
Okay, I will do this. Thank you.
You're welcome. And so for you, the journey is 4 days. So you will be about a day and a half behind the group as far as reaching Baldur's Gate. Now, whether when you get to Baldur's Gate you're able to successfully find this place is when the digital dice will come in.
That's alright. Got it.
Alright. 90 days later. Vale. Where is this black gate? I do not understand. I'm looking for the black gate. There is a black gate. Nobody's there. No shop. There is a black gate. Ah!
Right.
That's, basically Vale's bread and butter. Fabius and Seymour. Being the mercenaries and people just in general willing to do things for a couple of coins that you are. A well-dressed gentleman approached you as you were both looking at the board signs, looking for something a little bit more exciting than find my cat and not as dangerous as assassinate the king. You're kind of looking for something in between. Uh, finding the cat, I mean, nobody wants to do all that work, get scratched up, almost fall out of a tree for 5 copper. Like, that's some kid can figure that out.
Absolutely.
When a well-dressed man um, puts a flyer on the board that you guys are looking at, as he comes by you, goes, excuse me, and
Oh, yes.
puts one up and hammers it on, and slowly starts to walk away, but not so fast that you guys can't read the flyer. The flyer is nothing. There doesn't appear to be any kind of code or anything to it as far as, you know, how it reads or how it looks. It's very blunt and to the point. It literally just says, Harper's. Looking for help in an investigation of world-damning straits. We'll pay.
Sounds like fun. Sounds like fun.
Well, my friend, I feel like we finally found what we were looking for. Something.
I think this would be interesting. We need to we need to stop this gentleman.
Excuse me, good sir, before you leave.
The gentleman turns around. When he does so, now that you're actually looking at him, you get a better idea. He's about 6'2", maybe 6'3", a little over 6 foot tall. He appears to be very eloquently dressed. He is obviously an elf, but in kind of a little difference than most elves, he has short hair, similar to what like a half-elf style would be. But it is very short on the sides, and the front just kind of come up to like a little lick, like as exaggerated as this, but like yeah, maybe like that or so. Just a little flare to the front of the head there, and also different than most elves is he does have a little bit of chin hair. He's got one long, kind of like old Chinese style, one long strand, and his hair is a very bright silver, so it really stands out. And he turns around as you're asking for him, and he goes, "Yes, can I help you?"
Me and my friend just saw this post that you put up here. Where would we go to inquire as to what they need help with?
You are interested in this contract?
Absolutely. Now, Fabius here is looking for some interesting work, and I'm always looking for the next story.
Would even work for elves.
He kind of like looks down at you over his nose and goes, quaint. What does this gentleman see when he looks at you two?
So for Seymour, he sees a 6'2" dragonborn, but and it's a deep color, different shades of purple, and his scales don't look like scales; they look more like gems. So it's different shades of purple, and he's wearing leather armor, and then also too like the clothes, a cloak matching his skin, his scale colors, purple, with a hat with a feather coming out of it, with and a viol on his back, and doesn't look imposing, but he looks like he has an air of confidence around him as he walks and he talks. But that's Seymour.
Rabius is a 5-foot dwarf, copper red hair. Beard is full, very proud. The ends are the same red as his hair. Well dressed, not too high class, but neat, clean. And he's a dwarf.
Okay. Cool. As this gentleman looks both of you with these very piercing blue eyes, just taking in everything, very obviously giving you the once over look. He goes, "Very well." And he kind of reaches past you two, grabs the note, tears it down, and goes, "Follow me then." And he leads you down the street into a strange theater-like room. Um, it for all intents and purposes, it is a theater. There is a large stage on the far wall where there are people playing all different kinds of instruments, not in any particular tune or key. They seem to be just doing general maintenance or tuning. You can, as you walk into this particular building, and seats of all kinds, just random. They're not like all plush chairs. There are a couple of chairs. There are a couple of like sofas. There are a couple of couches. It just seems to be a very mismatched furniture. Just whatever they could get to offer seating in this particular place. Looking up and around, nothing in this theater is new. It's obviously used, but not dirty used. It's a clean place, but it looks like it's been here for a hot minute. If I could, if you both of you please give me perception checks, active perception checks, as you're looking around here.
All right.
So if you have your token clicked, it's underneath checks. No, it's underneath skills, and then perception.
Ooh.
Damn, both of
Yeah.
you with a 12. Okay. Nothing else really captures your attention. Too distracted to you as the person leading you appears very out of place in this area. This is not where you would expect, especially what Fabius would say, a hoity-toity elf would ever be in. However,
Okay.
he leads you down towards the stage, off to the left of the stage. In the far left-hand corner, there are stairs going down under the stage. And he leads you down under the stage, and things quickly turn from a wood to a stone. There are a couple of torches that are lit, and he takes you to a door that just has etched onto it a harp, just a harp.
Okay.
As he opens the door, you can see that there is just a sitting room. Inside this sitting room, as far as you guys can tell, is a table, a few chairs, and there's one person behind the table. The person behind the table has a kind of a darker teal hooded robe on. You can't really make out too much of their facial features, but they sit across there. And he gestures for you two to enter. Do you do so?
Yeah. Seymour just walks
Absolutely.
in and plants himself on
Sure.
a chair. Leans back.
Yes, we'll go in, walk up to the table.
Okay. Now, gentlemen, this member of the establishment is going to cast a particular spell. One that will, well, let's just say if you decide to lie, we will know. I suggest you do not resist. If you do, we will know.
Do your
So,
worst.
so the person across the way starts drawing weird symbols in the air. Seymour, you can see it's more of the arcane nature.
Mm-hmm.
Higher level magic than you know of just yet. But when he gets done, he like takes his hands and claps them like this, and there's a and you feel a wave of energy wash over your bodies. Do you choose to resist? It's up to you.
No.
No. No.
Okay. You feel lighter after the spell passes through you. You feel carefree. You feel strangely good. There's a little knot in your back shoulder, though, that you didn't realize was there. But otherwise, in general, pretty darn good. After the spell is cast, you hear from under the hood a strange voice. One that Seymour, you might be more adept at being able to understand. It's very, well, welcome, friends.
Mm.
As the hood is drawn back and you see a more reptilian face. Not sure what kind of reptile just yet, but more reptilian. Not very many features are released. Or shown, excuse me. That spell that I just cast was truth. A zone, if you will. I will ask a few questions. And I hope that you are truthful.
Well,
For if not, you will die.
Fabius, I like this guy's style.
Sure. Let's do this.
So, first question. Yes or no answer? And just be honest. Do you or have you ever had a untoward will against the Harpers?
Not that I
No.
know of.
Yes or no? Answers, please.
No.
Are you willing to put your life at stake to save the world and get paid to do so?
Sounds like a good time to me.
I
Yeah.
see the dwarf has problems with directions.
I mean,
Yes.
don't mind him.
And you, my purple friend.
Oh yes.
Thank you. Thank you. In that case, there is only one more question. How do you feel about chicken noodle soup?
Works good if you don't feel good.
Can I looking at him quizzically.
Okay. You're trying to discern something about this question?
Yeah.
What are you trying to discern about this question?
Like just if this is like it's to throw us off or is it like a
Yeah,
legit
give me an insight roll.
Yeah.
It's really hard even for you. It's really hard to read that reptilian face.
Mm-hmm.
You can't tell if he's being serious. I mean, he did just cast the Zone of Truth.
Mm-hmm.
He is asking questions about saving the world. What the fuck does chicken noodle soup have to do with saving the world? But answer the question, yes or no.
Yes.
It seemed hesitant.
I mean, you asked to do a yes or no on a question that needs more elaboration on.
Depends on how well it's seasoned.
Yes.
And he just starts. That was a joke question. Terrible at working on it. It's part of my act on Saturday nights. It's why I don't quit my day
Oh.
job.
I see. Yeah,
Okay.
I saw the stage. It's very nice.
Thank you. So, we will have you sign contracts that basically stipulate that should you betray the Hoppers in any way, we'll find you and kill you.
We don't know who the Harpers are.
He just the creature, because you can't tell he or she, just looks over at you, and just this really big smile, and then this tongue slithers out and back into its mouth.
I have seen more surprising things than that. So we just haven't figured out who the Harpers are.
You truly do not know who the Harpers are.
Nope.
Interesting.
Neither one of us.
Yeah, we just got into town not long ago.
Well, we are not.
We haven't even.
We are not a bad organization, but nor would I say we are inherently good either. We have our own agenda. Currently, there is some information, rumors, if you will, floating about that the five-headed dragon queen is trying to come back to the mortal plane.
That would put a
That's-
damper on things. Yes.
That would be
Is that good or bad?
That's well, dwarf friend. What is your name?
Fabius.
Fabius, do you enjoy being a slave to a creature that would eat you just for the sheer pleasure of it?
Probably not.
Right. So, a bad thing then.
Probably a bad thing.
I can see you, my purple friend. What is your name?
Oh, my name is Seymour. I'm sure you've heard of me. I've played here and there and just kind of, you know, make myself known.
Well, you have not played here, so maybe we'll hear of you soon. Seymour, I think you should probably
Absolutely.
continue doing the talking, as Fabius apparently, other than his stature, other things are over his head.
He likes that joke.
I told you, Saturdays, I'm working on it. So part of this is we are expecting some potential allies from the docks on the morrow. A group from and he looks over at the elf. The fist, yes. They should be here within the day or so. They are traveling by boat, according to the last bird message we received. We were told to look for a gentleman named Tal. He should stand out as the armor he wears is strange. Different. A contraption of trash cans is actually what the note said from Onthar, but Onthar is a strange person. Something about a permanently bandaged person as well, so they should stick out, I would assume.
Well, Fabius, it seems that we'll run into some interesting fellows.
With them is, and as he says this, the other one picks up. Yes, yes, I know. With them is a package of some import that must make it to the north side of Baldur's Gate.
Package.
Yes, to a human trader named Arkan Celeban. There's
Okay.
also supposed to be some information in the package that is sealed. We will send an agent to retrieve the information, but the contents, I recall and believe, are for the merchant. So, once that is there, this particular group is investigating something that we sent one of our own, well, a few of our own, recently, and you all said that you were recent to Baldur's Gate, but some days' travel south of here is a small, quaint town called Greenest. They were besieged by a massive blue dragon, and the draconic cult was searching for things there. We do not know
Okay.
every bit of information, only that currently the quaint town is utterly destroyed. And of the survivors, of the few townsfolk that managed to escape, some of the party that you will be meeting up with tomorrow also came from there.
I see.
They have been tracking the movements of the cults along with our agent, which we haven't heard from our agent in some time, so we are hoping they have some better information and can lead us to where maybe the cult is headed next. We know they are looking for items of power. And the elf goes, yes, the masks. 5 draconic masks of power that could be used as anchor points, potentially, to pull her from hell here.
Yeah, we wouldn't want
So
the
that's
Dragon Queen to make it here.
so that would be a
That's
bad thing.
That would
Yes,
be a
Fabius.
very bad thing.
Very
Fabius.
bad. Very
All
bad.
right.
Again, do you want to
Okay.
be eaten, become dragon poop?
Not particularly.
Right. So
That would
negate dragon poop
that would ruin my day.
I
and
make
your
you
beard.
smell worse than you already do, Fabius.
Right, so I will get the contracts of employment with the Hoppers. If you choose to join us at a later date, you definitely can. But for now, this is just a contractual agreement between mercenaries and the Hoppers as a whole. There are some benefits to being a Hopper, but we can discuss that later, should you choose. You are more than welcome to stay in our establishment here. Maybe perform so we can hear the great Seymour. And
Absolutely.
on the
It would be my
morrow,
pleasure.
head to the docks and find the strange group to meet and lead north.
I like that plan. But tonight, merriment. Fabius, get ready
Oh,
to
yeah.
be blown
Ale.
away.
He puts his hands into his robes, pulls out two parchments and lays them down. They are a very basic contract that basically just says that you, Seymour, and you, Fabius, are working as some contractors for the Harpers. Swear upon your life not to betray the Harpers in any way, shape, or not to knowingly betray the Harpers in any way, shape, or form, and that you will be paid a sum of 5 gold a day.
Alrighty.
Just for being a contractor. And then it has stipulations for every mission completed that is reported to an agent. A bonus will be divvied out based on the Harper's. I can't think of the words. Discretion.
Yeah.
Do you sign?
This is just like a subcontract, correct? We are not a part of your organization yet.
That is correct. This is not you joining the Hoppers. That would, to be fair, require some proof that you are worthy, that you are trustworthy. This is. We find that gold motivates people. This is just
Well-
subcontracting out.
Does this have a term limit?
You don't make an investigation check.
Mm. Good eye, my man. Good eye. Nice.
Nice.
As you are squinting down, you do see there is a max term limit, but not a minimum term limit. The max term limit is 3 years, but not a minimum. So there's not like the 3 years isn't the minimum before you can get out of the contract. This contract is for a maximum of 3 years. There are some stipulations saying as far as if you wanted to back out of your side of the deal and it was mutually acceptable by both parties, they would do a memory wipe on you in regards to them and any sensitive missions you completed for them. If you choose to back out without, again, a mutually agreed upon circumstance, that's when they hunt you down and kill you.
Did you see something, my good friend?
That's what you see,
Um,
Phineas.
I relay that to Seymour word for word.
Hmm. Nothing like a shrewd businessman, I say. We may need to think about some of these small print here.
Nothing in the small print is harmful unless you turn against the Harpers.
I mean, we have no reason to turn against you,
Perfect.
but
But
we also have
we don't know you either.
Yeah.
Do you
A
have
full- a
another
memory-
job where you make 5 gold a day? In addition to bonuses for completing missions.
Yeah, but
Hmm.
5 gold a day ain't worth killing a king.
We would not send you to kill a king. We have already told you your current mission. Find the strange ones at the docks tomorrow, escort them to where they need to go, and help them with their investigation.
Sure, and we complete this, and then the next one is to go kill the king.
If the king is part of the draconic cult to bring forth the 5-headed dragon queen, which will turn you into dragon poop, then yes, you and along with the might of the Harpers.
How about this? Let's make a temporary contract where we help you with these adventurers
This
for
adventure.
a smaller, not as long of a deal. We help gather this information, get where you need to get this, what they have to what your people need, and you give us each what do you think, Fabius? 50 gold for that, and then we're done. And then if we decide to come back, then we can come back.
Then let's do a contract. I agree.
Like that
For
one.
this mission.
For this specific mission, I think. It's beneficial for all of us. We don't get our memories wiped. We don't have to worry about accidentally doing something against you.
For 3 years.
For 3 years. That's a long time. But I
Make a
say,
persuasion check.
all right.
Do what? A what check?
It's Seymour. Seymour's the one talking.
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh yeah, baby. Oh yeah, baby.
Oh wow.
Oh, yeah.
A contract just for this mission.
Yeah.
Where
50 gold each, and then we wash our hands of each other. And if we do decide to come back, we may be able to help some more.
Just so I understand the terms you would like, is help the Harpers find the strange ones on the morrow, guide them to where they need to go, and help them investigate what they need to investigate for 50 gold.
And we're done. I would decide help them investigate whatever is needed here. And if it takes us anywhere outside of Baldur's Gate, that's the end of our contract, and we may be helpful.
Renegotiate it.
Yeah, we can renegotiate from there, I think. Because we have, at this point, we don't know what information we find here. We don't know how long it will take.
He takes
You
the
know
two
what?
papers. He takes the 2 papers back, and you watch they burn into flame.
Yeah.
And he reaches back into his arms and pulls out 2 different papers. They are blank. He sets them down. He puts both hands over, and you watch as 2 quills just appear over them, and they start just writing. Shh. And he passes them back over to you.
Okay. And it reads what we talked about, right?
It reads what we said.
Give me a investigation
Directly?
roll. An investigation roll.
Okay.
As you're
Yeah.
looking over the pages, that is what was in common layman terms has now been written down in lawyer terms.
Mm. I got a 20.
Seymour, you're deep reading it, and Fabius has already signed it. Fabius, after you sign your name to it, it burns up, and you feel a slight tingle on the back of your hand. And you look at it, and just very faintly in the skin is the symbol of the Harpers. Very faint. It's not like burnt in, it's not like tattooed in, it's not a scar. It's just if you shine a light just right, you can see it. Seymour,
Mhm.
as you're looking through yours and you see this flash, you're like, what the fuck? It says that Seymour and Fabius will help the Harpers in regards to finding the group at the docks on the morrow,
Mhm.
and it has the descriptions that they told you,
Mhm.
leading them to Akin Celebon in the
Mhm.
location of where Akin is,
Mhm.
and helping that group do their investigation within the limits of Baldur's Gate.
Mhm.
And at the completion of doing so, you will get 50 gold.
Yeah, then that's it. Just the basic. That's basic.
And then it has the rest of it being, if you betray, we're going to kill you.
Mhm.
If at any point with the 20, if at any point the mission becomes sensitive, then they will memory wipe you of that sensitive information, should you choose to no longer be employed. Because
So
that's
it's
what it says.
sensitive, like sensitive to like what they're trying to do
Mhm.
specifically.
If any of the information is sensitive to that could either endanger or hurt the Harpers,
Got it.
should you choose to walk away, they will memory wipe you of the event.
Of that specific event. Of
Of
that
anything,
information.
Right, of that information. You'll,
it.
instead of perchance, instead
Mhm.
of remembering you have to go kill the king, it
Yeah.
was you found nothing, and
Got it.
the mission was over.
Okay.
And Fabius has already signed it.
Yes. Fabius, may you never change. And then
Sounds like a good time to me.
you know what? I think this is a better deal. I'm good with just having to deal with this here and now. And if we happen to walk out in Baldur's Gate for any reason, we're good to go.
This isn't your first life,
Yep.
Evan,
And I'll go ahead and sign it then.
and died 1,000 times.
Okay. As you sign it, the same thing happens. It burns up, and on the back of your right hand, under the crystal-like skin that you have, the gem crystal strange rock formations that make up your outer shell, very faintly, again, if the light is just right, you can see the symbol of the Harpers.
Got it.
And then, as the two of you have signed it, the memory of what it is in your mind. Like you can recall it for word for word.
Mm-hmm.
And as you're going through it, that's when you realize you done fucked up.
Mm.
The small print was 50 gold for you as a whole,
Ah.
not each.
I look at him and I go. I just give him a look like, I respect the game, sir. I respect the game.
You had ample time to review, and your friend here found them very accommodating. As Fabius has no idea what's wrong.
Yeah. No, I'm not gonna tell him, but I just smile and I grin. Mm-hmm. Yes. You know what? Time to make it back in tips to the merriment.
And indeed, the two of you go. You are led back upstairs, and shown where you have rooms, shown where the communal, dining area is, and just the stage. And Fabius, as you sit down in one of the lounge chairs, drink in hand, Seymour takes the stage. Seymour, what do you do?
So Seymour, first off, Prestidigitation's fireworks going off
Ooh,
as
I
he
like
gets
it
on
already.
stage. And then he pulls his viola up, sets it down, casts Mage Hand to play it as he tells a fantastic story of intrigue and danger, using his blades in just this dance of swords and storytelling of just a great battle that happened however long ago.
Perfect.
Mm-hmm.
Give you a performance check with advantage.
Yeah.
And Fabius
Ooh, good
Good
thing
thing,
that
thank God.
advantage too.
Ooh,
My
yeah.
goodness.
Fabius is sitting in the audience watching.
Mm-hmm.
Pulls out his flute and backs him up perfectly.
Yes.
Fabius, give me a performance check, just straight.
He's proficient with a flute.
Okay, that's still performance check.
With advantage?
No.
Okay.
So, Seymour, part of your performance, as Fabius is playing his flute out in the audience, you have to change your tone and tune to better help what he is doing. Your ear for music being what it is,
Mm-hmm.
you're able to not only compensate for his lack of ability currently. He's clearly not drunk enough, or he's too drunk.
Mm-hmm.
And make it your own, where when he gets really high and he doesn't quite hit that note right, that's part of your story, where there's been an explosion that happened on the battlefield, and
Absolutely.
just using these tones together. Let's see here. Fabius, you do get in tips 1 gold and 3 silver from the patrons throughout the night as you're having your performance. Performance is had, meals are had, sleep comes to you. Well, for, some of you are trying not to die on the river. Some of you are pulling rope on a sail and getting your hands burnt as you're not gripping it hard enough. But when you grip it hard, it hurts. And just learning how to river sail. the morning happens, Seymour and Fabius, you are woken up fairly early as a small kid comes into your shared room, and he kind of knocks on your flesh, Seymour, and it being what it is has a harder sound to it, and you're woken up by that's cool.
You
As
want to see
you
something really cool? And I'll presentation my skin, and then it like lights up, and like it looks like gems, like bright colored gems.
wow, wow, that is so cool. Wow, that's amazing. Can I do that? I don't think I can do that. How did you become that way? Were you born that way? Did an accident happen? Did you fall into something strange that turned you into this thing?
You know what? If you try hard enough, and I feel like I'll mage hand my viol that's laying on the ground over to him, and I go, "You learn as you play, and you play, and you practice, and eventually this, or even," and I pull out my sword, will help you do amazing things. Uh, and I'll message him like this, and that's when he hears it.
Oh my gosh. I just have to learn to play this thing and I get and all this?
Well, there's other things, but let's start there.
Wow. Can you teach me?
If I have time. But I feel like you've come in here for a reason, though.
Oh, yes. And he kind of like gets really quiet and really close to you. The scary snake guy said I should wake you guys up. You guys have a mission in them right now. He said there's
Ah.
just enough time to eat something, and then you're supposed to go to the docks.
Fantastic. And then I'll is Fabius still sleeping?
Probably. He's a dwarf.
Okay. I'll Greg, I'll grab a silver from what he got, and I'll give it to the kid, and I'll go, "Okay, run along. I'll wake up my friend."
Thank you. He does one of these. Oh my gosh, it's real. And he like tucks it in a sock and then takes off.
Fabius,
Yes, good morning.
good morning. It's time. Let's get our food.
Is it time to go?
We get to
Okay.
meet our new compatriots, I believe, for the time being. And also, I need to help you with your flute a little bit more.
I just needed more ale before we got going.
I feel like less would have been more helpful, but that'll work too.
Just more ale.
More, you know what? Nothing beats a hangover than more ale in the morning. Let's go.
Nice. In that case, you guys get up, collect your belongings. Okay. Vale, we'll talk about that in a minute. You two collect your belongings, go downstairs to the communal eating area where there's different slabs of meats, breads, some fruits. Sadly, to Fabius's or is it Fabius or Fabius? How are you pronouncing it?
Fabius.
Okay. Sadly, to Fabius's dismay, there's no breakfast alcohols.
Oh,
But there
Well,
are juices, milks,
hold-
waters, and a plethora of things to be had. Meal
We can
Suitable.
hold out for second breakfast.
Meal suitable for quite a few people, and there's a lot of people in here, strangely enough.
Mhm.
Kind of just judging by what they are wearing, most appear to be extremely poor or homeless people. There's very few that are dressed anywhere near the level you two are. And you don't see the elf or the strange reptilian person you saw the night before anywhere around. But after breaking the fast, you two head to the docks.
The homeless people that are in there, they are eating though?
Yeah. Hmm.
Okay, good.
Yep. Yeah, it appears as though this place is open to, or at least currently, you didn't see this many people for last night's dinner,
Mhm.
but for whatever reason, breakfast appears that there's
Hmm.
a lot of people in here.
Hmm.
Okay.
Give me perception checks, both of you.
Yeah, I was about to ask if I could look at something.
We're bound to roll low sometime.
Yeah.
Nothing else really grabs your attention. The food is very good. I mean, the smell is starting to get a little weird as there's more and more people coming in here that could use a bath. And that's saying something since you're with Fabius.
Mhm.
After you eat,
He's a
you know
clean
where to go.
dwarf.
Yeah, okay. Clean dwarf just means you don't have mining soot on your face. Not that you're clean. You know where to go. You've got your things. You've got your breakfast. You two head down towards the docks.
Okay.
Not a difficult situation.
Yeah.
Baldur's Gate is a harbor town. You know
Mhm.
where these things are. Heading that way, you do see that there are quite a bit of river barges docked up. Give me another active perception check as you two are looking around. Damn!
Yes.
Look at Seymour, that natural 20 for a total of only 21.
21.
As you look around at all this hustle and bustle, you do kind of see something similar to what was explained to you. There is, off on the far eastern section of the docks, there does appear to be you can't tell, person, humanoid, in some very strange reflective armor. Nothing you've ever seen before. And kind of walking on either side of him appears to be two people that are... They look like mummies. They look like something out of a museum, just wrapped in something. You can't really tell any features. The only feature you do see is a hunchback old man behind them, who even from this distance, you can already tell you do not want to arm wrestle him. You want nothing to do as far as strength is required with that guy. He looks way more than you ever want to dick with.
Okay.
You're probably about 500 feet away, which with a natural fucking 20 is the only reason why you fucking see him right now. Fabius, you just see nothing but crotches as far as the eye can see. All these fucking tall douchebag people.
Well, He is 5 foot.
You know,
So-
I mean,
Tall for a dwarf.
Fabius, I told you, eyes up, eyes up.
that's the secret. Not this,
That's the s-
Fabius. This. Jeepers.
But I think I've spotted our first.
You found him?
I think
You found our quarry.
I believe so. It's an interesting
He's-
bunch, that's for sure.
He's wearing trash cans.
$20
Just like he
is
said.
$20 2 gold pieces says that you can't arm wrestle the old man behind them though.
Let me look at him first.
Well, come with me. Let's go.
All right, let's go.
As you two start making your way over to that direction, we will go ahead and go to break, have our potty break. Some of us might need a couple of snacks. Some of us might need a drink, some drinks, smoke some smoke, snort some snorts, whatever you all do. I don't care. Just be safe. We'll come back probably about 10-ish or so minutes, and we'll check you back later. Maybe. Where's my BRB? There it is. See ya.
Hey,
Hey, welcome back. Woo! A lot of technical difficulties. A very long break. Sorry about that.
and
We had one drop from Wi-Fi issues, one that microphone just decided to say, fuck you, die. But we fixed it. We got it going. We're going back. We're jumping back in. Sorry again. Super long wait. Not typical for this particular game. Usually we're gone and back again very quickly. Jumping back in as Seymour and Fabius start heading down the docks towards this strange person in armor that is extremely difficult to describe, so I won't. Tal will. And following him, kind of off to either side, walking mummies? Like this. If you're looking for strange, this is the strangest of the strange that ever stranged in this area.
okay.
Within, I don't know, probably a few seconds, Nekusar, with your ridiculous passive perception, with your broken vision of the gods or demons, whatever you worship, you can tell there is a group obviously locked onto you, headed your way. With your sight beyond sight, one of them appears to be dwarf. Nothing weird about that. But the other one is like walking crystal. The way the light reflects off of this creature's body makes you think. You like look over back at Tal's armor some places where he has different colored gems imbued in different places. It's very similar, but the thing is walking towards you appears more draconic, slight resemblance to an old friend of yours who, only died 4 days ago. But you can tell they are locked onto you, walking straight to you.
We
Okay.
already have company. Does anybody know if we should trust a purple dragon?
Didn't you guys have a dragon that was traveling with you guys before? I know he wasn't purple, but he was like gold, wasn't he?
Well, prepare yourself just in case.
We could play it two ways.
I don't know their intentions. They're heading this way.
You want to disguise? And just we'll meet up like 200 feet up the road. We could pick any one of these common folk, disguises them, and then just let's see if they're that good. See if they can track us.
You think you can disguise
Yeah, you
a
want to do it?
bat on your body?
You want to do it?
As you guys are talking about this, Virgil goes, I can't disguise myself.
Virgil, you stick with the merchant.
What merchant?
Or strong buff dude.
You want me to stay on the ship? Grandpa's
Oh.
not leaving.
Just prepare yourselves. There's only 2 of them.
Okay.
As you say that, Virgil gets his crossbow ready, and he goes, "It's been a couple of days since I've eaten a heart anyway."
Can I make him out from
It
here?
was yesterday.
Like I said, a couple of days. Nekusar, I'm always hungry for one, man. Why do you gotta keep putting me down like that? Tao, give me a perception check.
Okay.
With advantage, as
sorry.
Nekusar is pointing them out.
How close are we now?
Hang on, Fabius. 18, it's, it's not difficult to spot Seymour.
I'm gonna send a message to Seymour. Why are
Okay.
you following us? Why are you looking for us? What business do you have with us?
How far away are we now? He said.
Probably just under 100 feet. You guys, between the two of you, 2 groups walking, 400 feet is not a long distance to smash down. You're, I would say, 110
Okay.
or so, enough for message to be sent.
Got it.
And you
Okay.
do hear that in your mind.
How many people or how many are between us?
So there are a lot of people on the docks, unloading boats, carrying goods, and looking around. You don't see any wagons on this side here in on the docks. People are physically carrying the goods in crates, in teams of people. There's no wagons to be seen here. And kind of just thinking about that, most of Baldur's Gate's streets aren't wide enough for wagons.
Mhm.
It's a very cramped city. So it makes sense that there's a lot of manual physical labor as far as this is concerned. So there are a plethora of people. There are different people walking in between you all as you're coming together, or facing off, I guess. And I would say, at this particular moment happens to be a clear line of sight, but you do see kind of off to the right where a couple of people are carrying this large crate. One, they're kind of side by side, like crab walking sideways. Excuse me.
Mhm.
Heading about to be in between you two, your 2 groups.
Okay. I'm gonna message back. Where are your welcoming party? And then I'll press dissertation fireworks as I'm walking through.
Okay.
Just from my hands, like little fireworks.
Tal's gonna do something a little bit weird. I'm gonna pick just like random people in front of us.
Okay.
The ones that look maybe skittish, and I'm gonna message in their mind. Don't scream or I'll shoot. To like maybe like 2 people.
Okay.
And I'm gonna turn to Nekusar and Virgil, and I'm gonna say, "We about to run, yo."
Okay. So looking around, trying to pick out 2 people that's this message could be bad for. You pick the two that are carrying this large crate, and they suddenly freeze. And they like look around, and you can see they're like, "Did you hear? Yeah, I heard. Oh my god, what?" They're like, "Shh, we don't want to get shot by anything." And the other guy's like, "I'm only making 2 silver for this fucking day. This ain't worth my damn life. Fuck this!" And he lets go of his side. The crate hits, cracks. As the other guy, what? Lets go of his side because he can't support the weight. Backs up. There's now about 20 people looking over. You can hear somebody about 100 or so feet away angrily shouting as those two people dart into the crowd. And this massive crate is broken onto the docks.
So, is there anything in the crate that comes out of it?
The crate is still intact. It just where it landed, that bit of the wood cracked
And this is the crate that they're supposed to be bringing, right?
No.
Oh,
No,
just some random crate.
No, this is just some random.
Okay.
A couple of people carrying a very large, obviously heavy crate that just suddenly one person drops it, another person in reaction to the first person dropping it, also drops it, doesn't want it to crush his toes, and they both just vanish. And now there's like 40 people around you all. As somebody off again now about 90 feet away, yelling some shit about find those fucking idiots, get this crate back up. What are you all doing?
At this point, Tal's gonna cast Disguise Self. And I'm just gonna look like one of the dock workers. And I'll stay close to Nekusar and Virgil.
I mean, we're looking at them, right?
You are.
We are watching them. So,
So I just see him
we
change
see
right in
Tal
front of us.
change.
Yeah. Nekusar, are you doing anything?
I'm just gonna look around really confused at all this, and then I'm just going to message, I guess, the Dragonborn and just say, who sent you?
Oh, would you message me?
So a different voice enters your head.
Who sent you?
I couldn't hear what he said.
Who sent you?
Oh, we were sent by the Harpers to help you. Why is your friend disguising himself or staring right at you?
Do I feel he's being truthful about the Harpers?
I'm making myself seen by shooting off fireworks. Like,
I'm gonna say, unfortunately, a message that telepathic communication isn't enough to discern truth or lie, because it's not there's no body language that happens or changes. It's all a mental connection, and it's not enough. It's not true telepathy. It's just a message back and forth that you're unable to discern one way or the other, if that's the case.
Okay. Well, I'm still gonna be just kind of really on my guard, ready to attack, let's say.
Sure.
But I will say they say they're with the Hoppers, but I'm not certain of their true intentions.
Right, just wait. I messaged him like, just wait there. We'll be right there, and then I'll tell Fabius to just pick up the pace a little bit.
Sure.
Trying to get through the crowd.
You guys are probably at this point about 35 feet away.
Okay. Once we get to like 30 feet, then I'll stop and I'll try to press a digitation like to show him like the thing on the Harper symbol on my hand. To, like, make it more visible.
Oh. Okay. Tal, Nekusar, and Virgil, give me all perception checks. is Virgil? Where's Virgil? Checks. Saves. Skills. Perception. Normal. Public. Tal sees nothing but strange, weird light under somebody's skin. This is fucked up. But when you look at it, you're like, wait a minute. I wonder if I can harvest some of that as pieces to like you're distracted seeing what he's made out, what he appears to be made out of, and how to be able to incorporate that to enhance your own power armor. As the reflectiveness is gem-like, and gems can store power. And if this thing is a living gem, can you just take a finger and it grows back? Like, what? How does this... Like, that's where your mind goes. Pay no attention to anything else. You're like, how can I use this to enhance my armor? Virgil and Nekusar, when Seymour casts a small light within his hand, you see a crescent moon and a harp in the center. Not unlike the symbol you were shown back in El Terrell to be the symbol for the harpers. It's there very briefly before the light is gone, and so is the symbol.
That good enough? I mean, I'm walking with a 5-foot dwarf over here. I'm a 6-foot tall dragonborn. We're not being the stealthiest of stealthists people.
From the Harper I already have met, I find you to be a peculiar pair to be a Harper.
Oh, you're talking about like the weird shadiness of like being all crew, like, oh, I'm a Harper, mysterious, ooh, shadiness, ooh, like that? Is that what you're talking about? Yeah, we're not that. We're subcontracted out, I guess. Man, we're just in it for the money, man. Fabius and I,
Well,
we're here to help. Stuff's going down. We're gonna get paid. I'm gonna find a good story out of it. I mean, this is already pretty funny because like I'm meeting you with these bandages, and then your friend over here, and I point to Tao, who's disguised as somebody else, just decided to change as we're like staring at him, which in all hindsight is pretty hilarious. I'm enjoying this. Fabius over here enjoys it just as much.
I'm just having a blast.
What you don't know is Tal's right hand is a glowing, a blue crackling energy.
Okay, can I see it or no?
Oh,
I think these people are here to actually for the Harpers. So please lead the way. Don't get too close just yet until we can trust you more. We've had a lot of issues on our path, but time is of the essence and we must get this message to them.
Yeah, absolutely. That's the plan. And I'm gonna telepathically talk to Fabius. I'm like, man, these guys are a bunch of paranoid freaks, man. I don't know what we're doing.
Well, let's just go with it and see what happens.
Yeah, this is just a one-sided conversation between me and Fabius. You can't hear me say anything, but he'll respond back. Yeah, let's lead the way. And we will look for we're supposed to be Akin Celeban, right?
You tell me.
I think so. That's
Yeah.
a letter.
Akin Celeban.
Is that you guys got the letter for that, right? or the package for him? No. Yes. Maybe. I mean, well, let's just go. We'll go there.
Yep. They
Yeah, let's
said
just
you
go.
guys had a package.
I'm assuming they got it. I hope they have it. Otherwise, we're not getting paid. Let's go. Follow
I'll,
us.
I'll message Nekusar.
Yeah.
And it'll be like, I don't believe these people are harbors at all. At first shot, I want to kill the Dragonborn and take his gems. You can reply to my message.
As
Well, we
Seymour,
will see where they take us.
as Seymour and Fabius kind of lead you all, Virgil kind of leans into you, Tal, with your strange form, and he just goes, I wonder if the Dragonborn's heart is amethyst too.
I mean, it's interesting. It's probably real. It probably tastes really good.
You just see him like just stare at the back of this thing and just
You know, Virgil, if the shit goes sideways, you can have his heart. I want all his gems.
fine.
Are they? Do you guys whisper? Are they whispering this?
So Virgil is trying to whisper, but you guys, this group and you are kind of keeping a relative distance, probably about 15, 20 feet apart.
Mhm.
So while you would know that something was being muttered, you're not sure exactly what.
Got it.
Let me close out of this.
Seymour, I'm not really sure that I trust these guys.
And
I
our
think
job
we
isn't.
should I think we should just keep the weapons on the ready.
And my weapons are me, good sir. But I see what you mean. I mean, we don't have to trust them. We're just doing our job and taking them where we need to be. So
Tal has not dropped his lightning charge in his fist, by the way. Like it's just continuously glowing.
Okay. Are you trying to hide that or being very obvious about it?
Being very obvious about it.
Okay. All right. As you all are walking through town, walking through Baldur's Gate, trying to get to where you were told to go, where Akin Celebon operates his business. Maybe about 10 minutes into the walk, you see a group of guards off in the distance just staring at you all oddly and then walking towards you.
how many are they?
4.
4?
Just 4.
Does one of them look like they outrank the others?
Give me a perception check.
Okay.
Nope.
Nope.
Are they coming at us with like hands on their weapons or just like with a purpose?
Both.
Mm.
As typical Baldur's Gate guards, they all carry pikes, so it's a little bit longer of a weapon anyway.
Yeah.
So their hands are on their weapons, and they're walking towards you with a purpose. But they're not like drawn, ready to beat you with them.
Okay.
They're just kind of passively up, but they are walking with a purpose.
I'll message one of the guards if I see them starting to start walking this way.
Okay.
Well, Fabius just decides to break into a dance just to kind of throw him off.
I like your style, my man. And I'll pull out my viol and I'll start playing a little jaunty tune.
There we go.
Oh lordy, Tal, what is it you say with your
Tal's,
message
Tal,
spell?
Tal's watching this go down, and he's like, "Man, I should just say they're wanted criminals. Man, I should just say they're wanted criminals." I'll message them. We're here on official business of the Order of the Fist, looking for the Harper's organization, delivering some condolences to them.
Okay. The 4 guards approach your group. So when Seymour and Fabius stopped to do the little ditty, did the rest of the party meet up with them, or did they stop the 10, 15, or the 15, 20 feet away as well?
I'm a hang back.
Okay.
Yeah, I would say we would have hang back, and Tal would have even given them a different look, like more of like, oh god, I don't want to be associated with them.
So the 4 guards walk past Seymour and Fabius, paying absolutely no attention to them.
Mm-hmm.
And they instead come and they do surround Tal, Nekusar, and Virgil, but currently their demeanor is not one of aggression just yet. One of them says to you, Tal, "Do not hold spells again, and you will be thrown in jail for the night."
Do you know these two that we're following? Because we don't really trust them. That's why I'm holding a spell. They said they're part of the Harpers, but all the Harpers that I know aren't that. And I point and the breakdance and the music, and I'll be like, they're normally a lot stealthier.
He kind of looks over at the 2, at this point, jackasses in the road, making fools of themselves. And he looks back over at you, Tal, and he goes, "I understand that. The Harpers hire all sorts, from peasants to nobles, from the poor to the rich."
Do you think we can trust them? I'll drop my spell. I'll let the spell fizzle out.
Okay. He kind of is taken aback by that, and when you do that, like, he aggressively grabs a weapon, not knowing what's happening until seeing the change, and then goes back to a less aggressive but still kind of standoffish stance now. And he says, "I do not know much about that particular organization, but I do know that those who claim to be of it and are fake usually die quickly."
Okay. We're here on official business from the Order of the Fist up in El Chirel. We have to deliver some condolences to the Harpers as one of their members has unfortunately passed away. And I am delivering a message.
Well, if that is true, they are not leading you to the Harpers. So be wary.
Thank you. That is good information.
And the 4 of them start walking away. Nexar, with your stupid fucking vision, you can see that while they are walking away, they are very slowly walking away. and kind of keeping like an ear out for something stupid. Like they are being very cautious. They're not just walking away. They're obviously paying some attention to this group. And Seymour,
Of
what were you
course, yeah.
saying?
As I see them walking away, I yell back, "Hey, make sure to check out our performance at the theater with the Hart, where because they know where the Harper's Theater is, right? Like they would know.
I don't,
I don't know.
you don't know.
Well, I'll say, yeah, check us out at the theater. That's where we're staying at. That's where our rooms are.
Nice. Let me get you that name, actually. That was called the Genesis Palace.
Yeah, you go. So yeah, that's what I'll yell. The Genesis Palace.
Okay.
I'll turn to Nekusar and be like, "You heard that, right?"
They must be a band.
Oh no, I was talking. Oh, yeah, okay, you heard that too. No, these guys aren't leading us to the Harpers.
Oh well.
I can't hold spells because that's frowned upon.
I did say, and I asked, like, we were supposed to go to Akenceladon, right? That's where we're going. You have something for him, and I said where we're going.
No, we would like to see the Hoppers first if we could.
Yeah, you guys tell me the Harper.
You just told us you knew where you were going.
Yeah, because I said we're going to Akaba and Celadon. I said the name.
Yeah.
Well, it's these times that I really miss Leaf, because Leaf would have been able to like defuse the situation and told us that we're all crazy and this town is crazy and the map is stupid small.
Oh, you want to go to see the Harpers?
Yes.
Oh,
Okay.
yeah, that's that way.
That's yeah.
That's where we're staying at. It's a
Yeah.
theater.
Let's. Can we go there?
Sure.
Okay.
I mean, I don't know if anything's there. I guess you'll meet the snake dude.
There's a snake dude.
Yeah, he's an actual Harper. I think that's who. I don't know. Let's just go.
He was very mysterious.
Ooh.
We will.
Under a hood and everything.
Mm-hmm.
We will continue to keep our distance a little bit, maybe just like 10 feet behind them.
Okay.
And we will let them lead us to the Harpers, and I will not hold a spell.
Okay.
Sure.
They take you in a different direction. And within about 15 minutes, you are standing outside of the theater. Little odd is that the theater itself is, from the outside even, is obviously old. Nothing new, shiny, nothing stands out except for the line of people trying to that are in line to get into it. And the line of people has people of all sorts there, from beggars on the street to rich fucks, based on what they're wearing. And there's probably about 30 people in line to get into the building.
Do I see anything like up? Like in the rafters? I mean, I guess not like the rafters, but like.
So outside, other than the name of the theater, there's no identifying markers. And
No, I was more
even
trying
the
to see if there
name-
was people like perching on roofs or anything.
Oh, okay. Give me a perception check.
Yeah, because these have worked so well for me. One of these has got to be bound to be good.
Gotta be good.
Nope.
Oh.
Average.
I mean, it could have been worse. Looking around, you don't see anybody perched up on like a roof or ceiling of this particular building, you do see that the signage for the name of the theater is in obvious disrepair. It's been some years since its last coat of paint. But with that 12, you do see a familiar face of guards walk by, and as you make eye contact, they just kind of give you a nod and keep walking.
Sweet, sweet, sweet. Let's get in line.
I don't think we need to. I don't think we have to get in line.
Seymour, you guys can just bypass the line.
I assume so. We're here on business, right?
We are.
Yeah. I just head to the front of the line with them behind.
Okay.
Tao will pull out his necklace.
Okay.
Just to show who I am.
Sure.
So is it your guys' concert everybody's lining up for?
Yes. Yes, it is.
Absolutely.
I believe them.
Give me an insight check.
Yep, still rolling shit.
You are actually surprised that it's only late morning and there are so many people here already lined up for these fucking show of these fucktards.
I would probably say that Tao is a little preoccupied. His engineering mind is still trying to figure out how he extracts the gems and keeps the person alive.
There's got to be a way.
Just,
Where there's a will and a runic circle, there's a way. But as you guys, as your collective whole, get closer to the front, some of the people are like, at first just looking at you weird, and then one person, a very dirty half-orc woman, kind of just puts a hand out and goes, "Back of the line!" Fucking cutters.
What? Sorry, we're on Harper business.
Yeah.
He takes.
Don't you think we all fucking are?
He takes that hand and just pushes it back down.
Roll strength check.
Yeah. Yes.
Just a pure strength check, not a save, just a check. If you click on the strength, it'll pop up. There you go. There you go. 14. Nice. As you grab her hand and start to pull it down, she kind of like looks down at you and then lifts you up. As I rolled a natural fucking 20.
Oh man.
And she goes, "Not strong enough to be my type," and just aggressively sets you down. No, she aggressively sets you down. Like you're catching your balance and you just got manhandled.
Fabius, I think you just fell in love and found your next wife, sir. That's a keeper right there.
You don't know what happened to my first one.
No, but seriously, I believe they have pressing matter that needs to be attended to immediately.
Yes, we need to be inside.
She just looks at you and goes, "We all have pressing matters." And she lifts up her left hand and you can see the symbol.
Oh.
And then
Yeah.
looking amongst all of these people, you see on different body parts
Hmm.
similar reflective symbols.
So, but are they here just to get paid, or are they here to get something, or
What do you do?
I don't know? Is there like a person up front?
You haven't gotten up front yet. This was as you were trying to cut in line. The half orc female kind of blocked your path.
I'll just keep going. Like, whatever. Let's go. I think once we get up front, somebody will know what you're supposed to be here.
All right. As you walk closer to the front, as the woman behind shouts some profanities, you can see that only one of the double set of doors into this place is open. And before trying to squeeze through, just kind of getting a look inside, you can see that inside the theater itself is packed with people. What do you do?
That's a lot of people in there.
Maybe we should look around for another entrance.
I think this is the only entrance, but
Is there anyone like that looks official that's like letting people in and out?
Not from out here that you guys can see, and nobody seems to be leaving. All these people are going in. It's been about a single file line. At this point, there's about 40 people outside in line, and kind of taking a gander inside. There's an innumerable amount. Your quick glance doesn't allow you to get a good count, but you're thinking at least 50 to 100 people are already inside.
Or Tal's gonna reach into his bag, and instead of taking out one of his cats that he so famously uses, he is going to take out a small, what looks to be a dragon. I'm going to program it to go to kind of see if it can go find someone that looks like they're important. And tell them that Guardian Tao from the Order of the Fist is here to see the Harpers. Urgent matter. And that's what it'll play.
Okay, so one of your small contraptions is going to repeat this message?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
It'll play it like every 20 seconds. I mean, if they shoot it down, they shoot it down. But it'll look like a Dragon of Torm.
Okay.
There was...
Yeah. You set this tiny dragon down, and it starts mechanically, because it's not a cat, so you didn't take the finer details. It's just a fucking dragon, and it just very robotically walks in and every 10 seconds plays your message.
Then we'll just wait. Just wait outside.
Well, that's a pretty handy contraption.
Really?
Couple
Can
minutes
I-
goes by, nothing.
Can I look
nothing
around
seems
for
to
that
happen.
if that little boy's around by chance that woke us up
Yeah,
this
give me
morning?
a perception check.
Roll better than me.
Ooh, that was
15.
almost really dope again.
Yeah.
Other than the now 50 people in line, and in the about 3 to 5 minutes, excuse me, you've been standing at the doorway after Tal has let the tiny dragon through, about 3 people got in.
Okay. And no one's come out to.
You've seen nobody come out.
Okay. Hmm.
I'm gonna see if I can just kind of, since he's short, just kind of sneak around into the door.
Sure, give me a stealth check. With disadvantage, because this is like front to back line that you're trying to squeeze in between without being seen.
This checks out.
Okay, let's see what happens.
Oof.
So you're going, okay, counting, waiting until the opportune time, and you dart in, and then there's this massive hand on your shoulder, and you look, and it's a green hand with long black nails, and they dig a little bit into your flesh, and they pull you back as a very familiar half-orc woman is now at this point in line, and she just pushes you to the side and goes, "You all must be new here. Get in line."
I mean, at this time, either we wait in line or our best bet is to go see Celadon guy. 'Cause
Why
I know
don't we?
you guys have you have something for him there, as was told to us by the person that hired us.
We weren't sent to see this person you speak of. We were told
No,
to
that's what the package is for.
report directly to the
Not to see
office.
him, something for him. Right? That's what he told us. That's what our contract says.
By your
Our
memory of your
message.
contract that was burnt into your brain, that
Mhm.
is exactly what it says.
Mhm.
Is that package is to be delivered to that guy,
Yep.
and your
Yeah.
mission is to guide them there.
Yeah. I can tell you
That's
verbatim the contract
We
that
were
I signed.
told.
Ask and Fabius. Fabius, do you want to do this together? Ready? 1, 2, 3.
Yeah.
And we just verbatim, because it's
From
ingrained
the
in our
paper.
mind, the contract specifically.
Yes, and
Especially-
we were specifically told that this letter goes to nobody except for the Harpers.
Yes, and Celadon is a part of them. From
Has
what
to
I
be To
understood.
the Harpers.
That's who I understood, as per told by the
The
boss,
snake guy.
Snake Man.
It's,
You never got his name.
At this point, Virgil speaks up and goes, "Wasn't the package supposed to reveal something whenever we got here?"
Fuck. I'll pull it out of my bag.
It would translate. It would translate into common for you, so it doesn't matter. It on the bag
Okay.
it says Akin Celebon. On the small pouch it says Akin Celebon on the pouch.
Oh damn, they were telling the truth. All right, let's go to your contact.
Oh my god.
Hey,
see, this is
I'm
why I
not-
tell you. This is why I tell you. This is what I tell you about people. You just gotta let them find out on their own. They make
I'm-
themselves to look be
I'm
bad.
not the
You
one who
look like a
showed up-
freaking genius. You just let people fall into their own traps. So I'm telling
I'm
you.
not the one who showed up to the docks shooting fireworks saying, "Here I am, come get me."
Virgil kind of looks over to you and goes, "So different than in the rain shooting lightning saying come get." Never mind.
Virgil, you want to go back to the holy city?
No, never again. No, never. No.
All right, take us to the Celebon person.
All right, let's go.
All right, we're headed out.
Uh,
Daylight's wasting.
As we walk, I'm gonna play a little tune on Meville, being absolutely elated that I was proven right.
Oh man.
And Fabius pulls out his flute and
Yes.
goes along.
I wonder if the
we are going to die, Nekusar. I say this in a message. And then I'll reply to that message. Nekusar, if this goes south, we're killing the Dragonborn first.
damn. There we go. There's a dope ass map. Okay, so the dock section is massive, and the theater is fairly close to Elfsong Tavern in the lower city. And you know that Akin is in the outer city north of the city wall. So in order to get to the outer city north, because there's multiple outer cities, you have to go through Upper City, which is the main market thoroughfare city, or section of the city, excuse me.
Mhm.
This is where, if anything were to be bought and sold, somewhere here is where it could be done. Not a guarantee, but definitely a possibility. And passing through those gates, you get to Outer City North. And it doesn't take you long to find this guy's shop, as it's fairly close to the wall itself, and there's multiple people looking to buy wagons and different goods for wagons, as it seems to be a common theme that wagons themselves don't travel into Baldur's Gate. Baldur's Gate itself is a main hub for people to drop off and sell their goods, buy other things, and take them somewhere else to be sold, because transporting through the city is very difficult. It can be done, but not easily. And you would know that a lot of people, when they travel by land, if they were to come from Outer City East or even Outer City West, would sell their wagons and their goods there, and then go into the city proper, buy a bunch of stuff, and then just buy new wagons as they're leaving. Because by the time you would hope they would still be there when you come back, they are suddenly misplaced and the guards never can find them. But you swear you burnt that mark onto that board as it's being driven by somebody else. Coming to Outer City, finding the shop, you do find a human man with strangely long black hair, a different color of hair for this area. And as you walk up to him, you were given a brief description of what he might look like, and this is fairly close. Yeah, it's about yayish. He goes, "Ha! Welcome to my shop. You look at you in the market for a wagon. You
No.
are a bunch of strange folk."
You know, it won't be it's not the first time. Definitely won't be the last time.
Are you selling that marvelous contraption you're wearing? That is brilliant.
See? Someone gets genius.
I'm interested in all the different tubes and different gems, and how do the plates just flow? Wow. And he
Yeah?
looks over at you, Seymour. Holy
I know.
breath of Bahamut.
I know.
You are a rare one.
Just gaze upon me. Yes.
I would be careful if I were you. There are slavers about, and you would fetch a mighty price.
Oh, I think I can handle myself. And I pull out my sword and I do a little flourish, and then I put it back in.
Uh-huh. I'm sure every now slave thought that at one point.
We are on official business from the Order of the Fist. We are to seek out, I believe you, and I am to deliver a package from Orenthal back in El Terrell.
Unthar?
Yeah, my men.
Unthar! How is the old fucking drunk?
Oh God, he's obnoxious as ever. I finally got my hands on him. That felt like liberating. I mean, I still lost.
I've always wanted to open hand slap him in the face.
I,
Just
you
for the
know,
sheer enjoyment.
you know, while he's a drunk, fuck. Like, yeah. Hey, but I do have to tell you that I'm probably one of the first people to make him actually try in the sandpit.
No way.
Yeah,
No.
he was like,
No.
ha ha
I've
ha.
seen
And then
him. I've seen him bare-handled wrestle an ogre. There's no way.
I have the battle scars to prove it.
Interesting. I'm gonna have to travel down there over the summer and make him buy me a drink and tell me of this. But as he looks around and waves one of his assistants over to take care of another customer behind you, he goes, "You said you were here on order business.
Yeah,
Praised.
thank you. Tornbury praised. Do we have some more private? I have a package for you.
Certainly, we can go over here to my private tent. We have to move about sometimes. Private enough, I think. And he just leads you over to about a medium-sized tent of different materials patched worked together. Looking at it, it's obvious some kind of canvas, and it could be. You can see some old wrinkles in the canvas where it was wagon canvas at one time that he's just reused and repatched. He himself is finely dressed, but he seems to spend money in different ways than a presentery. Walking into the tent itself, you can see on the back right-hand corner of it is a, I would say, modest for the accommodations type of sleeping bed chamber area, and but closer in the center is a large round table with quite a few chairs around it and some papers and quills and different weights holding things down. As he starts cleaning it up, a quick look, and you can see it's obviously like ledgers of different inventory stock. And he goes, "Just be a moment to clean this up." And he shuffle, sets it aside, puts the weights and things on top of it. Very precise to keep the ink and quill in a different location, so if they were to be knocked over, it doesn't interfere with the papers. And then he sits down at one of the chairs. He goes, "Please, sit." And the chairs are mismatched. There's not a set of anything in here, but they are all functional.
I will sit down.
Okay.
And then I will I'll open my bag of holding and I will pull out the package.
Okay.
That I was given.
Sure. Do you hand it over?
Yes.
You hand the package over, and as soon as Akin takes it, you can see that the verbiage changes. Um, I don't know if anybody can read it. Tal, what languages do you know?
Everything.
Okay.
No, give me a second. I know it said what languages I knew.
Demonic, Celestial, Elvish, and Dwarvish.
Yes,
It's on the
those
first
sound.
page.
Oh no, I have like this like the drop down. It has everything, so I was just seeing if it was there.
I see. So you can read it.
I assume it's Elvish.
It is Celestial. Does anybody else read Celestial?
Oh,
Nope.
Ah, womp womp. The words change, and it's actually in the script of Torm. So
Okay.
it is a very specific, like, curvature, different things. There are different letters that have a different underline, some that have different dots. So it's still Celestial, and somebody who could read Celestial, given enough time, would be able to understand it. But as your quick glance, seeing the words change from common to Celestial, it's a very brief note from Onthar to Akin, with very brief, very to the point. Leosin gone. Draconic cult responsible. They have leads. And then he turns around and sees the seal. You can see him wave a hand over it, but then he actually just reaches under the table for a letter opener and opens it up. And weirdly enough, when the seal is broken, the flat envelope goes from flat to big. He reaches his hand in and pulls out a massive ruby. Probably about this big. A massive, massive ruby. He sets that down, pulls out a piece of paper, and when he opens that, that turns into two. And he reads them both over. Okay. And one of them just like nothing was there, just little specks of smoke and ash vanish in the air. The other one, when he gets done reading it, it folds itself up into a bird and flies out. And he just sits there with a very somber look, and I cannot believe Leosin is dead. He's like nervous. The Harpers will probably rally for this.
Oh, they have.
He looks over at
Fabius,
you.
Fabius and I were contracted out to help these two with finding out about the, the coming of the Queen.
So who's the third person here for? You said you're here for these two. I count 5 of you here total.
You mean 4? Oh no, Virgil.
Yeah, Virgil. You said you're here for these two. Which two? You brought 3 in here with you, in addition to Fabius. You said you and the dwarf are together. You're here for these 2, but you brought 3, so I'm very confused. I count 3.
They They were together as a
They're
group.
all, yeah,
We
they're all
just
together
put
as a
them all
group.
together.
Oh, so you misspoke when you said 2.
Oh yeah, no, it's there. Yeah,
Oh, okay. I
there's a
was
group.
very concerned that we just let a third fucking person into the tent.
No, they're all together.
No, it is all good.
See, I only have so many fingers on my hands.
I'll turn to Virgil. See, this is what happens.
He just shakes his head. Okay, so the information about Leosin that you told to Onthar is what turned into a bird to fly, probably to Shiraz, or as he pronounces it, Shiraz. Weirdo.
Is
The
that the wait? Is that the snake dude that these two keep talking about? They say he's like super creepy.
he's very creepy.
Okay,
And
okay. I'm just trying to put the stories together
as
because
a
these two.
point, Shiraz is a she.
Oh,
I've seen many people regret making that mistake.
okay. Good to know.
Just
Well,
put that in the old library for later. The one that you saw burn up in my hand was from Onthar. I really hate it when he uses his fucking divine tricks. Yes, Torn be praised, but I prefer a different level of abilities. But that's fine. It's just a weird tingle in the air. The rubies for you all. Apparently, that was only going to be there, assuming you didn't open the package. Cheers, you didn't open the package. That's guessing probably about 1,500 gold worth of ruby right there.
sweet. I will grab the ruby and put it in the bag of holding.
Next, I am, based on the 2 letters, I am somewhat caught up as far as the cult trying to bring their false god back into the world. I am here to help in any way that I can. From the letter that I understand, is that a section of the cult is headed here, where it will meet up with another section to continue its journey, according to what Onthar has written. I can tell you that since we are on the north side, if it is the Trades Way, this is the Trades Way. And I haven't seen anything of the markings that Onthar has written in his pages, so you may be ahead of them.
Okay. And you don't think anything has come through? I don't know. We putzed around for a couple days. Well, I wouldn't say putzed around. We saved some people. We delivered a baby. Like, maybe they could have been like 3 days ahead of us. Do you think anything came through like 3 or 4 days ahead of us?
Nothing of this has made it at least through the north gate here.
Is there any word that there is a caravan of this description in town already?
Well, wagons don't go through town, so they would have to buy new wagons on the north side, which is me.
You.
I mean, I have some competitors. I will say this. Wagon groups tend to hire mercenaries for guards.
So they stick out like a sore thumb.
Well, they do tend to stick out, yes, but also, if you're looking for a way to discreetly follow them, be hired as a guard.
Become one.
Maybe not for them, but a lot of wagon groups will band together for the journey north, and if they do not want to stick out, that's what they'll do. They'll sit around, wait until there's a good, solid team, and then make their journey.
You think you can get us into that?
I think you can use me as a reference.
Okay.
It will be up to you as to which wagon team you would like to travel with, and even if there's one about to leave, so I don't think you're going to want to take that one, as again nothing of your symbols again that Onthar wrote has made it this way yet.
Okay.
So you are probably ahead of them, which makes sense if you left El Terrell on the river. You're at least ahead of that group. This this note that Onthar wrote makes it seem as though you have a map and some information that it sounds like there were two groups. One traveling the tradesway from further south to Baldur's Gate, and another one on El Terrell's side heading west to Baldur's Gate. So there's
Yes.
at least the one from El Terrell for sure you are ahead of, and I don't know of anyone currently buying wagons looking for teams with the cult descriptions. So my advice is to put your feelers out for who might be looking to hire guards, or even just tag alongs, as sometimes a guard quits during the travel. And just be
Okay.
available. But if you need a reference, definitely throw my name out there. That
And you guys,
should carry enough weight to get you on board with some of the teams.
and the message is still to follow, not to engage, right?
There was no message regarding that. It was a very brief description of what you all told him, and that I was to give you that really nice ruby. Like, are you selling? I'll buy it.
What's your offer?
1,500 gold pieces, what I told you it's worth. I'm not going to try to lowball you.
Thank you, sir. What do you think? I think we do it.
At least we will get something out of this.
I don't think we're getting anything of that, Fabius.
Hey, we
they're the
got
ones-
him here.
Eh,
Sorry. Who are you again?
We see how this is going.
well, we're here to help you as far as the Harpers go. We're the help to
You're the
find
help
out
to our
whatever
help?
information we need to stop the Dragon Queen from being summoned here. If you don't want our help, just say so.
I don't.
We'll move.
We'll move
I don't
on and let them know.
I don't think they're gonna summon her here.
Well, I mean, they're going to summon her somewhere, and we're here to help you find whatever information here and get you to where it needs to go. So if you feel like you can do it just you three, that's fine.
I think we could use your guys' assistance.
And
we
I
could-
just let you know one thing. I can play around performances, and I might be able to find more information from people.
When you say you play performances, Virgil laughs and goes, if nothing else, they are a fantastic distraction.
Oh,
They
absolutely.
draw attention to themselves like flies on dragon shit.
Absolutely.
We love attention.
That's perfect.
We
Bait.
can draw attention like nobody business.
Nekisar, what do you think? We could use the gold. It would be nice to have just in case.
I have no use for gems. Gold seems to be a better means for currency.
Yeah,
Are we agreed then?
we are. I'll pull the gem out.
Would you like to have it in gold or platinum?
Platinum.
Do you have any other gems or anything of value that you're wanting to get rid of?
I have this really awesome. Sorry, I
Really
have
awesome.
I have this really awesome sword, and oh, I think it's tacked to my back. So I'll carefully grab it by the cloth handle,
Okay.
not to touch it, and I'll
Okay.
just set it here. And I'll just like, um, we got this out of the. Unfortunately, we got this sword, from the cave that Leosin perished in. It was on one of the. Uh, um, it was wielded by a dragonborn, but I think he got it from the lieutenant that was running the camp. But it's super powerful. Um, I just,
Okay.
May I see it for a second?
no.
So, Tao, when you set it on the table, Akin opens up the cloth, just unravels it very quickly. And you all see a great sword. So, a 7 foot from point to hilt tall sword. Pure black, blade to guard to handle, except for this pulsing purple pommel gemstone. The guard is strange. It looks like two draconic necks back to back, facing outward with the dragon mouths open. But then you blink, and it's not that detailed. It looks roughly hewn like that. The blade itself is long and jagged, and it doesn't come to a typical V point. It's a dip blade. It's an edge. It's at an angle at the end. And it is dark. It is obviously sinister, but it is beautiful.
Tal, I recommend you to put that back. I don't think this is the person we need to be.
Fine.
Akin,
I'll wrap it back up, and it'll immediately go back onto my back.
Okay. I need you to make a wisdom saving throw.
God damn it! I didn't touch it by the handle. I touched it by the cloth.
Uh-huh.
Okay. That stat that I'm not so good in. Wisdom save. Yeah. Duck.
As you reach out to try to and wrap it back up and take it back for safekeeping, your mind suddenly changes. No, this guy's trustworthy. It's fine. As Akin from a small chest off a nearby side table, he pulls out a pearl and puts it to his forehead and draws different symbols, very familiar to you, Tal, in the
Oh
air.
God.
That's what I was about to do.
I mean, Tal's already identified it. Tal knows what it is.
And
Yeah,
then he
I
sets
don't.
it down and he goes, "Wow." How much do you want for it?
Is Tal of the right mind, or
Yeah, I mean,
okay?
other than that, you
Got stopped.
You got your mind was changed. You didn't stop. You changed your mind.
Okay.
You're not sure what or why changed your mind. You don't have an immediate inclination that something else changed your mind. But I mean,
I will.
Go ahead.
I'll quickly send a message to Nekusar and be like, dollar amount, go.
So your message as you whisper into your hand, Atkins just goes, "What are you doing?"
Yeah, you know what? I thought it was going to be stealthy. Just, yeah. I don't know. We never thought about it this far. Like,
I'd like to interject here, Akin, for 1 second. Seeing as you're such a shrewd businessman, and you said that you would help the Harpers and them in any way possible, my friend Fabius here, as helpers of the Harpers, I think a weapon like this would be well suited for a man of his great stature and use of using this in terms of saving the world, possibly. And I feel like it may help us
Put away.
move on.
This is not the proper time or group, and we should have never revealed it.
So I feel, Akin, that we may be able to use this in Fabius's capable hands.
This is a dragon killer.
I don't know what it is, but I know I can't wield it, but you, my friend, sure can.
Tal's going to try to wrap it up again.
You will not wield the sword will end up wielding you.
Tal, you don't want to.
Yeah,
That's still in
afraid of
effect.
that.
That's still in effect. You don't want to. As you see more talking about how Fabius can use this sword,
Yeah.
and in order to better wield it against something dark and sinister coming again. Nope. There it is. Akin looks to you and looks at Fabius and goes, "This item is a cursed item and should be destroyed."
Ooh.
It will consume you. As he looks over to you, Fabius. Your wrapped up friend here is correct. It should never have been brought back out to see the light of day. I am offering to pay for it to make sure it does not.
It occurs to me that this sword has a purpose for being. And at some point, its purpose will become clear.
I feel, is there a way to break a curse on an item by chance somewhere?
Yes.
Two of it.
Destroy it.
I stare. I kind of look at Akin.
So Akin, good news, bad news. I can't touch it.
Oh, sorry about that.
Oh,
Thank you. Because I was about to get paranoid that a voice was about to be in my head, and then I was going to go murder hobo on all of you guys. Because it has already done that twice. Akin, I don't know. Like, we shouldn't be messing with this weapon.
Oh, I agree. I plan to banish it until I can get it to an actual temple to destroy it.
Nekisar, I know we said we wanted to sell this thing, but I think this thing is a temptation that it needs to go away.
Well, it is selling it if he wants to pay us to destroy it.
Reckon, how much are you offering?
I am
I still
willing to
say-
pay 3,500 gold pieces so that I can destroy it versus it being used.
Nekisar, I think we take it.
Yes,
That puts you at a total of 5,000 gold pieces from me. Between the
I'm
sword and the gem.
ready to be rid of that.
And then I don't want to sell this one, but I haven't gotten a good chance to look it over, or if I have, I don't remember. We have a
No.
second sword.
You're the one who identified the sword.
Did I identify the dragon sword too?
Yeah, you did the drag. Yeah,
Oh, okay.
that's
okay,
how
then
they.
never
That's
mind.
how Blair
mind.
knew it was the Dragon Slayer sword.
No,
Okay.
I have that sword. You're not.
I thought
fucking
it's-
selling
Nakusar
that
has
sword.
that sword.
No, I'm not saying we sell it. I was asking
No.
him to look it over.
He was wanting
See if I
for
missed
an
anything.
identification. Yeah,
See if I missed anything.
I can look if you wish. But before,
No,
are we done with this transaction?
Yes, please banish the weapon.
Okay. He kind of. There's a strange wave of energy from his hands as gravity from those of you who are closer to is strangely pulling you away from the table as he goes and a large chest appears just on the table and he uses Mage Hand to lift and with some strange gravity drop it into this chest, close it, and then the chest is gone again.
Okay.
So remove the cursed blade of
Thank God.
Hazaron
Thank
from
God.
inventories.
Finally, that shit is gone.
Listen, for those that don't know, Hazaron is a bloodthirsty cursed weapon that wants you constantly to murder your friends and allies so that it can drink their blood constantly.
Nice.
Yeah, just
Arbor
some out of
made
character talk there.
It's
Arbor made an awesome deal with it and paid the ultimate price. Okay, so I am putting the money in my D&D Beyond right now.
That's fine. You would have eventually received a small sack of the 500 platinum pieces.
Good, because I almost just put 5,000 platinum pieces. in my-
No, 500 platinum pieces, bruh.
We're going out of the town. Buying the whole town. I own the town now. I am the town.
I strongly suggest you do go to Upper City. Get some supplies, maybe some potions, some scrolls, some better armor. Although yours is really nice as he looks over at you, Tal.
Not for sale.
Yet.
I had a version 1. It was called Mach 1. The douchebag cleric, he destroyed it. You know, that guy?
Fucking drunk.
Yeah. So that's his Mach 2.
I see.
You know, there'll be a Mach 3 at some point.
I'm curious if you can it's
Make me an
almost-
offer. Maybe we can take it off of him.
You know, if he wasn't a brother of Torm, I would be very interested. But this other sword, do you want me to look at it or no? It's up to you.
I think we're okay
Okay.
right now. I trust my abilities. That cursed weapon gave me the heebie-jeebies.
Tal, give me an intelligence roll.
Give me a second. I was updating D&D Beyond. Skills.
Yeah. D&D.
Checks or saves?
Just a
Check.
check. Straight up int check.
It's probably where I'll roll actually halfway decent. Yep.
Yay! Look at that.
Okay. With a 20, you would have noted that when you identified the sword, the fact that it was cursed was not revealed.
Okay.
But when Akin identified the sword, he knew right away that it was cursed.
Okay. So he did something different.
He did something different, at least. Some different way of understanding what it is. But he also... Well, no, I called it by name. He did not. I apologize. Disregard that last bit. But he could tell that it was cursed. So take that as you will. That's what your role is. He goes, well, if there's no other business to be had, there is business out there. Again, use my name if you need to, as far as potentially joining one of the other wagon teams. And
should we
maybe...
check back in like a couple days, or like when do you think the next caravan will roll through?
I do not know.
Okay.
I do know that this group is about to leave, but again, they do not have any of the insignias that you guys have.
Okay.
That I read from Onthar's letter. My suggestion is to find an inn, explore the city for at least a day. Again, provisions. If you're going who knows how far north, if you have been studying and learning different abilities and spells that you hope to be able to morph into something greater that needs specific components, make sure you buy them. Should you have that breakthrough and can somehow summon meteors from the sky, but don't have, the meteoric attuned item that costs 500 gold, that would be a shame.
Okay. Then we will take his advice. Seymour and Fabius, you guys, I guess, can stick with us? I don't know. Was this like you guys delivered this and then you guys are done? Or were you supposed to stick with us and then
So the first part of our contract is complete. We got you guys to Akin. You delivered the package that needed to be delivered, got the information we needed. Our next part of our job is to help you gather whatever information needed to continue your quest. So it sounds to me that our next job is to go and make friends with some of the traders and caravans that are becoming this way, and finding out which ones meet the criteria that you guys have. You guys keep talking about these markings. I have no idea what markings you're talking about. But if you give me
or anything, yeah.
If you need us to look for something, I have a way with talking to people. Fabius has a way of knocking sense into people. So either way, we'll find information.
Okay. I think we should go find an inn, have a nice meal.
It's almost at this point late noon.
Okay.
So you still have plenty of daylight to do anything that you want to do. If you want to do some minor shopping or what have you. Or if you just want to get an inn and rest for the rest of the day, as Tal, you are extremely happy to be off that fucking boat. Your land legs are back. Your upset stomach is gone. The fact you haven't kissed the ground yet is shocking even to me. So, however, this is a good spot to stop for the night, as we are at 12:05